Close your eyes. I want you to imagine the world's most perfect musical instrument. Let your mind drift through history. Think of all of the musical instruments that have ever been created and pick the perfect one. Could it be the violin? Invented around 1550 by Andrea Monte in Cremona, Italy. An iconic instrument capable of making us weep with beauty or dance with abandon. Could it be the guitar? A multifaceted powerhouse of musical prowess, mercurial in tone and genre, responsible for the greatest gift that Richard Beato ever bestowed upon us, rock and roll. Or perhaps for you, it is the piano, that magnificent 88-key beauty, a doe, a wolf, predator and prey all at once, dulcet or devastating, giving us everything from classical to the smoothest of jazz. What if I told you it was none of those? What if I told you that every single instrument you thought of is not perfect, that each of them is flawed in its own special way? What's that? You spent decades learning the violin and now you're first chair in the BBC Symphony Orchestra? Sorry, you should have learned to code. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hear you say that you practiced guitar until your fingers bled so you could bring us to tears with your very special personal rendition of Hallelujah? Sorry, mate. You should have learned to code.
Oh, wow.
You spent 30 years practicing the piano, so now you can improvise flawlessly along with the Charlie Brown Christmas Special soundtrack by the famous Vincent Garibaldi Trio. Big mistake. You should have learned how to drive a bus. But I am not an unreasonable man. Not only do I forgive you for being so stupid, but I will tell you what the perfect instrument is. What's that? What kind of man am I? Hello, my name is Jeremiah Samsonite, and I am here on behalf of Perfect Circuit to show you the most perfect instrument. The last time I did a video for Perfect Circuit, it was for a giveaway for the Gold Polyend Tracker, and now those sell for $20,000 on Reverb. What I'm saying is, I know what I'm talking about, and when I talk, you should listen. Unfortunately, before I tell you about the perfect instrument, we have to talk about the imperfect ones. Violin, guitar, piano. Through deft manipulation of bow and finger and string and hammer, all of the world's music and therefore all of the world's emotions has been expressed through these three instruments and none others. There are no other instruments. What about these instruments makes them so expressive? How can they tug at my heartstrings so? Why are my pants wet? Why does God make me feel this way? In the case of the violin, there are at least 7 physical interactions that can drastically change the tone of the instrument. With just the bow, we have bow speed, bow pressure, bow placement, bow burnham, and bow articulation. With our hand on the violin itself, we can adjust our fingers subtly in 3 dimensions to adjust pitch, timbre, or vibrato. Guitar is similar, but instead of a bow, we use our nasty little hand sausages and the bones that protrude to pluck and strum and tug at the heartstrings of every man, woman, child, and bat. A piano player can adjust their velocity over time to take advantage of how the timbre of physical objects change when they are struck. All of these interactions exist non-linearly, in time, in space, in physics, in the multiverse, inside the hatchback of a 1975 AMC Gremlin, and combine in such ways to let us, human beings, express ourselves through music. Unfortunately, none of these instruments are any good because I can only play the piano, and you can't bow or pluck or piano or any of that cool shit. Or should I say, I couldn't. Until now. Introducing the Osmose from Expressive E, a new standard of expressivity in musical interaction. You've heard of MIDI, right? Throw it out the window. You've heard of Aftertouch, right? This is Aftertouch. This 49-key, semi-weighted, gesture-sensitive keybed lets you play keyboard in a way that would make the most accomplished violin player piss their pants. You can tap You can press, you can shake, but you still can't learn to code because you didn't go learn to code like I told you to. Sure, I've tried other expressive MIDI devices in the past. Heck, one of my most watched videos is me showing off the Rolly controller with their software Equator. But frankly, I feel sick thinking about having touched that inferior, fleshy piece of garbage. I would cut off my hands in shame, but that would mean that I could not play the Osmos. The Osmos reacts to playing so naturally that I get used to it, and I go to other keyboards and I try to play them. I try to wiggle the keys. I have broken 3 keyboards this way, wiggling them. When I find a preset on the Osmos that I like to play, it's not just because of the sound, it's because of the way that it plays. It reacts in the way that I would want a real instrument to react, because it is a real instrument, the perfect instrument. Throw away your guitar, Richard Beato. This is what is happening now. So what do you get when you get an Osmos? I'll tell you. 49 wiggly keys, a large color IPS screen with ergonomic UI, a built-in MPE arpeggiator and innovative glide control, custom sensitivity controls, and more than 500 presets with custom macros designed in the Hocken Eigenmatrix Eigenmatrix? A-E-G-A-N matrix. Eigenmatrix? 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 Mithrigan matrix? No one here knows. No one knows. That's right. You thought this thing was just a controller? You're in. No, it has sounds. Glorious sounds. Each sound responds to all the expressive gestures you can throw at it. And the Eigenmatrix, it still sounds wrong. The Eigenmatrix is one of the most advanced synthesis engines on Earth. How advanced could it possibly be, you say? I'll tell you how advanced. It's so advanced that in order to learn how to just open the editor, Ben Jordan had to buy an entire pharmaceutical company and set them to work on a special nestic that's a combination of caffeine and DMT, and he microdosed for over 2 years. That was just to open the editor itself. That's how advanced it is. But you don't have to worry about that. You can simply sit down and use it as one of the most expressive instruments on the face of this earth, or as one of the most fully featured MPE MIDI controllers that has ever existed. Sit down and give it a wiggle, and 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 a wiggle, on the wiggle. Whoa, hey, stop this. I'm a doctor and I have to tell you about the side effects of Osmose Firmware 2.0. With Osmose Firmware 2.0, you may experience that the MPE arpeggiator and pressure glide are now available in external MIDI mode. The sound engine mode has also been updated. Now you have 2,048 presets on board. You can add any preset to your favorite list with the new favorite feature. There's a new playlist system to quickly organize groups of presets, a new navigation workflow, improved program change and MIDI bank selection implementation, a new soundback management system, and you can automatically load the last sound preset used before Osmose was shut down. But that's not all, and there's a lot more exciting changes coming soon to the Osmos. I've been a doctor, and now back to the regularly scheduled program. So I urge you once again, throw away those violins. Burn those guitars, but not in a cool way, in a sad, I've given up and now I work in an office kind of way. Turn that piano into a desk in your home office and learn to code, I told you. Because the Osmos is the only musical instrument on the market worth having sex with. And as if all of this wasn't a treat enough for you, this video, me talking to you, Perfect Circuit is giving one of these away. It makes sense if you think about it. Perfect instrument, perfect circuit, coming together? I don't know the details for the contest because I'm not a nerd, but if you check the video description, I'm sure you'll find everything that you need. I want to personally thank you for being here with me today. One of the great pleasures of myself, Jeremiah Samsonite, is the pursuit of perfection, and I think today you and me got one step closer together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends that play piano so they can feel sad and stupid. This has been Jeremiah Samsonite for Red Means Recording. Stay gold.